until we're done. If we hit our goal, we
Right,
will
it took a minute,
celebrate,
but I
we will
think I've
dance
got
in
it
the
now.
streets, we will be so happy for our nonprofits.
Thank you.
But also remember that our nonprofits have requested a total of $205,000, and their requests are reasonable. A lot of them are asking for $2,000 or $5,000. Those are not large numbers when you think about how much service they give to our community and the cost of things, the cost of the food that they're asking for, the cost of the services they're asking for. So can you imagine in this economy, when things are so difficult and the need is so great, if we were able to raise $200,000? Okay. Now, I'm not gonna make that my goal because that's a huge goal.
Electronics.
But how beautiful would that look if we could make that happen? How beautiful would it be to be able to give everyone everything they ask for? And that's not a normal thing. And I'm just saying, just imagine in a perfect world, maybe we could get there. Maybe that should be our goal. So think about that when you're thinking about what you want to do with your charitable giving. Think about that when you're looking at payroll deduction options, and please consider Community Cares because we are serving all of the area nonprofits, near and far. We're not just Lebanon, we're Conway and we're South.
You know, my mom used to always tell me, if you save your cents, you can watch your dollars grow. And even the pennies that come in, the quarters, the nickels, the dimes, whatever, all that stuff. And actually, we had another lady that just came in, Judy Lyons. She's with the Scotland Senior Center, and you brought in a donation today, and I see you have a vest on. So what does that mean for you?
That means I'm going to be on the corner pretty soon with my granddaughter.
There you go. And the corner, they are actually standing on Jefferson and Elm Street, and they're, what do you call that?
We are calling it Taking It to the
Taking
Street.
it to the street. So
We
you
should
can't
have
stay on
you.
the corner. And you have change in your car, change in your bottom of your purse, whatever it is. You can actually just stop and throw that in there. It all adds up and it all makes everything count.
Yes, it does. And with the Stoutland Senior Center, we're at the far end of the county. So sometimes we miss out on things, but this program is so great to help us, and it's really an outreach for you, and we really like that. And we've helped the seniors of the Macleod County. They come in and they have hot meals, and then we have several that receive frozen meals weekly for them.
And how many are you serving right now?
In the hot meals this last year, we served 3,856 from Macleod County, and the frozen meals was 1,456 frozen meals. And my driver said today that he had 2 more from Macleod County to put on there.
Wow.
So numbers change as people are on, and then as they pass away.
And if they're in need, how do they get a hold of you?
Well, the Stoutland Senior Center's phone number is 417-286-3880.
And if they were in need, say, you have somebody coming home from the hospital and a family member realizes that, that little extra help can be very, very willing for them to have that extra food in the house. How fast could you get them on that line?
Usually within a day or two that we get them on the line. We do not have a waiting list like some areas do. We get you out there just as fast as we can with the frozen meals.
You know, with the cost of food and everything, I'm sure this has been a great benefit for many that are homebound or maybe just to come out and have a hot meal. It's not, what is your charge for that?
Our hot meals are a contribution, $5 for our seniors and $7 if someone comes in who doesn't, it's not a spouse of one or a caregiver of a senior, and they're 7.
And that's Monday through Friday?
Yes, Monday through Friday, and we open up at 8 o'clock to 2, and we are a cooling station too.
That's important to know. Being a cooling station is so important. And I'm just going to jump in and say, you mentioned it was a contribution. That's suggested. Not all of your clients can afford to pay that every single time. And so I assume that they don't have to if they're unable.
They can pay whatever they can afford. Most
That's
people
wonderful.
do try to pay the 5 because we are a crowd area, but some cannot, so they pay what they can.
I just think it's so amazing what you do. And something that Community Cares is really focused on, of course, is Laclede County. And you were in an awkward circumstance in that your senior center, I think, is sitting on the county line, literally. And so you, of course, do receive tax dollars from Camden County, but not Laclede County, correct?
Correct. Camden County has a that does help, but we have to spend that on seniors from Camden County only. So that always means we have to make up the dollars for Laclede County seniors.
And that's where community cares comes in, because we don't have that. And maybe one of these days that can be an option. I think that would be wonderful. But because community cares likes to fill gaps, and because you do serve Laclede County residents, and a lot of them are your homebound meals, we're so grateful, and we want to assure all of our donors that while every senior in that area absolutely matters, you are excellent at dividing up who you're serving with our dollars. So we give you a few $1,000s, and you stretch those dollars as far as you can make it, and you really don't ask for very much. I've noticed you're a very thoughtful nonprofit. You don't say, I want $50,000. You know that you can't do $50,000 to one organization, but look at you. You are an incredible organization, and you recognize that we can only serve Laclede County residents, and you do the math. I have seen you divide up the population and get down into the nitty-gritty of exactly how many Laclede County residents you serve and Stoutland, and you make sure that you're spending the money where it goes. So I just want to thank you for being a responsible nonprofit that's very honest and very respectful of the donated dollars. And look at you in your very attractive vest. You are a volunteer already. I feel like they should double your pay. You know, it's time. And here you are volunteering not just for Stoutland Senior Center, but to support all of the area nonprofits. It's quite a community we live in, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It's, like I said, it's a very proud community. We try to take care of ours, but we try to help other people in need too. Our center only has one paid position, that's our cook. Everything else is did by volunteers. So if you ever want to volunteer for someplace, that's a good place to go, because everybody's friendly and helpful to each other, and wants to keep the center going as long for many, many years.
And how do
they get a hold of you?
Yeah.
At the Senior Center at 417-286-3880.
That is incredible. Are volunteers allowed to help with the cooking?
If it's needed, yes.
Okay.
Yes. We do have some classes that we take on the computer. Our cook is very well versed in that, and yes, we can help with when needed. We can help serve. We just have to follow the guidelines of the county, you know.
Excellent. And I know you have a Facebook page, and so people can reach out to you there. And so just if there's anything that you could say to the listeners right now about what your needs are over at Stoutland Senior Center and how people can volunteer right now to really meet that need, what would you say?
Well, we'd love for them just to come and eat with us, for one thing. But to volunteer, we have the fundraisers. We have to constantly do them, just like the community care does.
So it'd be nice to have like an event planning volunteer, or maybe a grant writer volunteer. We love that.
Our ears are chiming now.
Yeah.
The grant writer would be great.
Right?
That would take a load off my shoulders, and with our secretary too, Vicki. Like I said, the board is volunteer, and it falls to the board right now to do everything, and then the volunteers that we have in the center. So there's always something that can be done, and we look at see what your abilities are and physically what you're able to do, because we are seniors, so our abilities aren't the same as they used to be. And so we just look at the person, ask them what they want to do most usually, and find a place for them.
Thank you so much for being here today. Thank you for giving your time and your talent to the Stoutland Senior Center. We're so proud that you're a part of our Laclede County Community Cares Grant family.
Thank you so much for thinking of us and being so easy to work with too.
Oh, anytime, anytime.
Thank you. You can actually stop by. She's heading out to work the streets, so you can drop off your change out of your purse, or anybody else that's standing out there now. I know there's several volunteers out there, but Melinda, one more time, what was that total?
Oh, that was $24,240.13. And to get to our $150,000 goal, we just needed $29,000. So think about that when you come out, and maybe we can go above and beyond this year, because I think we need it really badly this year.
Yeah. All right, Bruce, we're going to send it back to you.
How are you?
I was doing good until I saw there was 2 parking spots up there, and I didn't have to park all the way back there. But I got a nice little walk-in, so it's fine.
Oh, you know, it's a beautiful day.
It is nice. It's nice.
It's a beautiful day.
You doing that off your phone? How do you do it off your phone?
Call into the radio
Oh,
station.
you just call. Okay, I thought it was like an actual.
But
Lovely lady.
Patty's making
There
it
you go.
fancy.
That's what I thought it was
Her
supposed to be.
new total's right there.
Alrighty.
See you later.
Thank you.
See you later.
Hey, oh my gosh. Oh, nope. Gotta bring that with me. Hi.
Oh, I can do it.
How was Rotary? Yes, how was Rotary now? I missed it. Well, and that's the one I like to see because I want to come back. And I'm not a sports ball girl. And yet. And then Adam was like, yeah, he's tired. He was tired. Anyway, yeah, putting the signs out. Crazy boy. It's been good. Well done. I think we're gonna make our goal. So, yeah, we've got some amazing people that we're interviewing. And did you happen to see the Elm Street Jefferson? We had the volunteers from our area nonprofit panhandling for us. It's going so well. He? We had FDLA. We told them, no, you cannot ask for money. You're a minor. You have to sign a waiver. They stuck
Hey, Sasha, it's Patty. Your first. Thanks.
This is Belinda Freeze with Community Care. It has been a tough few years for everyone, and our local nonprofits are no exception. These wonderful organizations are working hard to meet the increasing needs of our community. The Community Cares
Are you there? Did you bring it up on the web?
that help families and children in
Okay.
crisis
Does it sound good?
that hungry. They assist our senior citizens
Okay.
and provide vital
Alrighty.
services to those in need.
Mine will be ready to go when you give me an intro. I'll be on the phone here listening. So stay on the phone.
The 7th annual Community
Melinda.
Radiothon to raise the funds we need to take care of our nonprofits. We
Okay.
invite you to come join us and give to
Bottom
Community
line.
Cares during our live broadcast on 103.7 FM. Stop by the Elm Street entrance of the Cowan Civic Center on Thursday, September 14th.
Hey, Dawn.
12 p.m. and 5 p.m. Help your neighbors in need. Remember, money donated locally stays local, and you always know how your donations are spent.
Thank you very much. We are broadcasting live from the Cowan Civic Center, where the Lebanon Area Foundation Community Cares Radiothon is underway. Now, I'll tell you what, there has been a lot of generous people coming by the Cowan Civic Center and talking to us about, what they're doing. Turn it completely down. Thank you. And a lot of generous people coming by here and making their donation to Community Cares. We sometimes forget that many times we are just one paycheck away from needing help from one of our many local organizations here at Community Cares that are served by Laclede County Community Cares donations. Now, I will tell you, the most recent total that is available for our fundraising so far today is $24,176. Now that is more than $24,000 that you, our generous people from Laclede County and the surrounding area, have come in and given money to this great organization. Now I gotta tell you, it's real simple to make a donation to Community Cares today. All you have to do is drive down Elm Street, drive into the front parking lot off of Elm Street in front of the Cowan Civic Center, and drop off your donation. It's that simple to make a donation to Community Cares. And I got to tell you, we've got
Hey, they come in all different forms, that is for sure. As a matter of fact, GFL is here right now, and GFL means Green for Life Environmental, and they are making a donation, dropping off their money to help Community Cares and all of the organizations that they provide funding for. You know, as I said earlier, we sometimes forget that we are one paycheck away from needing help from one of our many nonprofit agencies who receive funds from Community Cares. So it's so important for you to remember that Community Cares is the organization for you to give funds to. Now, did y'all get to tune in earlier to Community Cares for the early broadcast? Did you get to hear the young people? We had kids, young kids who were dropping off their donations. They did penny drives at their school. Maple Crest Elementary, one of the third grade classes, I believe it was Mr. Shear, was the award winner for raising the most money, and then Jolie Barber won the trophy, the gold trophy, for being the school that raised the most money for Community Cares. You know, it all comes down to you, our donors, who help make Community Cares the organization that it can be. Ryan Walterman, he is one of our new people from regional radio KGL. And Ryan, you come from a big city. And have you ever seen anything like this?
I've never seen anything like this. Like you said, I definitely come from a big city, and we definitely do have events like this, but nothing like a little community gathering around with each other and just kind of helping neighbors, and I think it's an awesome thing to see.
Yes, it is a great thing, and every penny. You might tell me, you might be thinking to yourself, well, darn, all I have is a nickel. Well, bring that nickel, if that's all you have in loose change, and drop it off here at the Community Cares Radiothon and make your donation. It all adds up, as we learned with the penny drive that the kids are doing or did at their different school buildings. You know, it all adds up. Gosh, I wish I could remember. Do you remember what the total was for what Jolie? It was thousands that the Jolie Barber children brought in by collecting those pennies and nickels and dimes. And as I was telling Melinda recently, Melinda Freeze, the director of the Lebanon Area Foundation and Community Cares, as I was telling her, ladies, if you've got a purse, and I know you do, that's sitting in the back of the closet, and if you are like me, you probably left a whole bunch of pennies and nickels and dimes in there just because you didn't want to mess with it. Right now, go get those purses, get in the closet, get in your shoe box. I keep mine in my shoe box, and dump out all that change and bring it up here and give to Community Cares. Every little bit helps, and as you have heard, it all adds up. Right now at $24,176. And something tells me that it is going to grow because they've taken it to the streets. The kids and some of the other volunteers are actually at the intersections of Elm and Jefferson and accepting donations there as well. It's about time you got here. Melinda Freeze was out running around. I'm going, hey.
You would think I would just stand in one spot. Darn it.
No, that wouldn't happen.
It's been such a wonderful day today that we've had so many fabulous friends and guests coming and checking in, seeing how we're doing on the totals, and I love that because our community is invested in the success of this event, and it's really, really exciting. We are going to be speaking today, very, very soon with I'm staring at this right now, with our local Kiwanis Club.
I think the heat is getting to her. Oh wait, it's 70-something degrees.
It is.
No excuse.
By the way, it is the best thing ever to be out and about right now because it is the perfect day.
Yeah.
And I see Miss Lindsay just arrived from Kiwanis, which is really, really exciting.
Lindsay! Get over here. Right now. She's going right now? Yes, right
Absolutely.
now. Look at that. Look at her go. It's so fun. I love it.
We are gonna let's
We're
add in
having-
a chair.
We're having fun here. I
We're
gotta
gonna
tell
get
you,
all of you guys.
what we're doing is very serious in raising money to help our less fortunate
very
and those
official.
families and children who need
If
help.
we
But
can, I'm gonna take.
we like to have
gonna
fun
video
as
you
well.
all.
You're oh yeah.
yeah.
Oh, and by the way, for you who may not realize this, if you're missing your news, if you're missing your local and regional news, you can always go to myozarksonline.com and you can read the news and you can click on Listen Live too and still hear everything that's going on here at the Community Cares Radiothon.
Regional Radio KJL has pulled out all the stops
Oh,
this
yeah.
year. I am so beyond impressed. If you ever want to market anything to include a fundraiser, you go to KJL. They are so good at
Thank
this.
you. Thank
So
you.
good at this.
Thank you. We do have some guests here, and yes, Lindsay is here. And Melinda, I'm gonna let you talk to Lindsay and the other ladies here. They are from the Lebanon Kiwanis Club.
That's right. So good. Hey, Lindsay.
Hi.
Okay, so of course she's picking on you first. Why?
I
Because
know.
you write the grant for Community Cares.
I do.
And you rock at it. You're
Thank
so
you.
good at
Thank
it.
you. Somebody has to do it.
Yeah. And there were some tears involved. It was kind of rough, right?
It's not easy, but
no.
it's
Why?
worth it.
Because
yeah.
we want to know everything.
Yeah.
So we have to have all your financials. It's a whole process. So it's not
It
it's
is.
not a simple thing to apply for Community Cares, but you get a whole lot of reward out of it,
Yeah.
and you get to be a part of my family, which I
Yeah,
love.
me
and
too.
so anyway, I'm really excited to be here with multiple members of the Lebanon Kiwanis Club, and so we're going to kind of, since we're also doing a live, you are, if you don't mind to share your name,
Hi, I'm Lindsay Slavens.
and
Cheryl Cropper,
and
Ray and Graven Shoemaker.
awesome. Oh my goodness!
We
now-
have another member right over here.
Come on over.
Introduce
He's
You don't
hanging out.
understand?
That's Kathy Perigo.
We are so happy to have all of these Kiwanians here today. And Kiwanis is really well known for their Christmas shopping.
Yes.
That is what you do. And it's not necessarily toys or candy.
No.
You're shopping for a vital need in
Yeah.
our community. And you're making sure that some of the kiddos that just don't have the same opportunities that others have a really nice Christmas and have some things that are necessary, like warm clothing,
Yeah.
and maybe socks and
Yeah.
underwear and things.
The little things that we take for granted day to day that essentially, it helps them to also perform at school. And people just don't think about those things. We think about the cool Spider-Man shirts and, the Hello Kitty stuff. And while that's all awesome, I mean, these kids, they don't have basic things like socks and underwear. And Rotary is awesome because we also partner with them and they're able to provide the coats. And so that doesn't have to come out of our budget. So we're able to cover more items for them.
And these days, the dollars don't go that far anymore. It used to be like $100 would get you some really great outfits at
Yeah.
Walmart and do all the things. But now I'm sure you're seeing, just like the rest of our nonprofits, everything's starting to cost more. So are you expecting to maybe have to increase your budget per child this year?
Yes. So we actually had to have a conversation about that last year at our final board meeting before setting our budget. Of course, everybody's noticed the price changes with everything, but clothing is a big one. And of course, we serve all the way from pre-K through 8th grade. So with it being kind of a short notice and a short decision last year, what we did is if they were in middle school only, we increased our budget to $125. Of course, ideally, I think we would all love to see that across the board, but yeah, it
Well,
takes
That
it
might
takes
be
money.
another opportunity
Yeah.
in the near future. Obviously, the more funds you can bring in, the more decisions you can make with your budget.
Yeah.
You can only do what you can do with the budget you have.
Right.
And so it's incredible. So, Miss Rianne,
Yes.
I'd love to talk
thank
to you
you.
about what is the schedule for the Christmas shopping this year. When does it start, and what is the volunteer opportunity?
I'm going to let Lindsay check those dates because I know that it's usually the first week in December, but I don't know those dates.
It'll be
We-
the 5th, 6th, and
5th, 6th, and 7th.
December 5th, 6th, and
Yep.
7th is when we're going to be.
And we
doing
will
all the
have,
shopping.
and we'll have 2 sessions each day, morning and afternoon. And we need all the volunteers that, we can. We do 1 per kid if we can, which ideally is so you can bond with that child, try to find out their exact needs, because sometimes they'll tell you they need stuff when they don't, or the wrong sizes. That's why it is so vital that we have dedicated volunteers every year and every session to come get to know the kid, try to establish a relationship for the shopping, because it does help a lot. And on something with Lindsay, thankfully the little kids clothes are still cheaper, so we're able to buy more. And so if anything, hopefully we can increase the middle school and stuff budget, because it definitely, the older they get anyways, everything goes up. And we try to provide shoes if in need. Not every child needs those, but sometimes they do. And when they get older, those shoes can be $25 easy. And that's a quarter of their budget. And that makes it really hard to get them even a pair of jeans or something like that. But with the grant, we're able to help a lot more children, because we do about 300 kids, give or take. So it's about a $30,000 shopping trip for the Kiwanians.
And that's no small amount of money for our community. That
No.
is $30,000 is. Sorry, I need to speak into my microphone, everyone. $30,000 is significant, and you're all volunteers.
We are all volunteers.
You're representing a civic organization, which is so service based.
Yes.
So where do you have the time to raise the funds for all of it?
Well, we have several fundraisers, and I'm actually going to pass it to Juliet to talk about one that we have upcoming in September 30th about Our Lady Sadie. So I'm going to turn it over to her and let her tell you how we can raise more money for those kiddos.
Yeah, so like Rayanne already pointed out, we've started a new fundraiser. It's a Lady Sadie style dance. So if you don't know, traditionally it's where the girl asks the guy. This one's going to be for adults only. So it's going to be right here at the Civic Center foyer on September 30th. We're going to open the doors at 6 o'clock, but we've already went live with our ticket sales. So if you can find us on Facebook, the easiest way to do it is just scan the QR code, and that'll take you to our PayPal, which you'll just attach your name and how many tickets you're purchasing, and we'll make sure to get you on the list and send you a confirmation. Super exciting. There's going to be food, DJ, just a good time for anyone who wants to come down and participate.
It sounds like a really cool date opportunity,
Yes.
or a good girlfriend
Yes.
kind of have a girls' night out kind of opportunity.
Everybody
too.
is welcome. It's not specifically guys and gals.
Right.
If you want to bring your gal pals along, it's just going to be fun for everybody. So
Perfect. That sounds great.
price, it's going to be $30 in advance. So get your tickets early, or we'll do $35 at the door.
And if they have any questions or they're not sure what it's all about, I saw you have a Facebook event already up there, so
Yep.
you can check on the event on Facebook. And you guys have a really active social media page. I've been watching, and I love that. And so also, I assume maybe, since you are Kiwanians and very proud of that, you are interested in increasing membership. So you guys meet at what time?
We meet every Tuesday at
Tuesday.
at Andy's 417, and we meet in the back room, and we would love for you guys to come and join us. We are all about kids. Our whole thing is kids needs Kiwanians. Good Lord, that was way harder to say than what it should be. I say it at
It's
every
only 'cause
meeting.
we're on video.
Yeah, I say it at every meeting, so that should be a side. And that's what we try to do all year, is just benefit kids in our community and make it a better place than where we left
Well,
it.
who doesn't want to do that?
Absolutely.
That's awesome.
And so at noon on Tuesday at Andy 417, we'd love to
Excellent.
have you.
So that is an open invitation, folks.
Yes,
if you
it
have
is.
that kind of availability, obviously they'd love to have an active member. So
Yes.
if you are able to be active, I can tell you from somebody who is in a different civic organization, we all would love to have active members
Yes.
and really grow. It's wonderful to serve the community.
Yes.
Now, Cher, I assume you have shopped with quite a few kiddos in your time as a Kiwanian.
Yes, I have. Thought
Can
I'd get
you-
out of speaking.
I think it's really important to share with people the impact of shopping. You're not just checking off a list and okay, that's great, kid, see you later. Can you talk to me about the rewards of shopping for the Christmas shopping with Kiwanis?
Well, there's different levels. Sometimes you can get kids that are just comedians and they'll just make you laugh the whole time. They're just goofy. Other times you get kids that tell stories. Like I remember this one kid who was talking about shoes. He had one pair of shoes, did not have any other pair of shoes, and he kept hiding them because he was afraid his mom would sell them for drugs. So you get those kind of stories where it's very emotional, and you just, it's just a really great experience. And when you, like what Lindsay was saying, we take that kind of stuff for granted. We take socks, underwear. Some of these kids have started wearing training bras, some of the older ones. And then shoes, pants, we take all that for granted. We go to thrift stores, we go to brand new clothes, and these kids have nothing. They can't even afford thrift stores. So it's just a really great opportunity, And the cool thing about it is when we go to Walmart, excuse me, allergies. When we go to Walmart, after we do the checkout, they take all the tags off the clothing. So that way the parents who are doing drugs and are looking to get free stuff, maybe sell the clothing for drugs, they can't. The clothes are not returnable, so the parents can't return them. The clothes are actually for the kids, just the kids only. So that is a really great thing, because I've never seen that.
And you've had a chance for them to try it on, so everything's great.
Yeah, and we also have, I don't know what they're called, but the dressing rooms from Lowe's that you can put up.
Yeah.
So we don't have to take the dressing rooms from Walmart. We have our own dressing rooms, and that way there's not a long line, so we can get the kids through as quick as possible. They can get what they want. They can take their time trying on stuff. There's really no rushing the kids for trying on. So.
Excellent. And when you go to volunteer, you're not on your own. You don't. They're not just shoving you into something you don't understand. There's a period in the very beginning when you sign up to volunteer where you need to be there at a certain time so that you can get instructions, right? They're going to tell you everything.
Yes.
Can you talk about what those instructions are like?
The instructions are pretty much like what Rayanne was saying. They try to encourage, if we can get enough volunteers, one child per person. Sometimes you may get two kids, and that's kind of fun too, especially if they haven't met each other and they're getting to know each other. Hear the conversations; they're kind of fun. But one of the key things is making sure you watch that child and you don't just have them wander down one aisle while you're looking another aisle for stuff. You're with them the whole time, from the time they touch that basket when you're in line waiting for them till the time they check out and go back onto the bus. You're with them.
Well, I can tell you my personal experience. I really enjoyed shopping with my young lady, and usually they do partner women with girls and men with boys. It's important, because especially if you're helping them try things on to make sure they fit, it's just more appropriate that way. You don't get to go in the dressing room with them, so parents don't need to be worried about anything like that. It's very well done. It is incredibly well organized, thanks to Kiwanis, thanks to Walmart, thanks to Lowe's. It's a really neat process, but if you haven't experienced it and you have just an hour to spend, I highly recommend volunteering for this. You do not have to be a Kiwanian to participate. In fact, they would love to meet and greet you and show you how wonderful it is. You may cry. You may go home and kiss your kids.
It is definitely a blessing,
I know I did.
that's for sure. Yeah.
But you will also be able to walk away knowing that you made a young person very happy, and they are qualified by the school districts. It's not just anybody can sign up for this. The counselors know who needs this the most, and so it's really great that you partner with the schools to do that. I just want to thank you so much. You have given me so much of your time, and you guys are all awesome for volunteering to be out here and participating with Community Cares. We're really, really grateful for all that you do, and we can't wait to support you moving forward. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
All right, well, that's it. Lebanon Kiwanis Club. Now, again, it is important. We're doing the microphone dance, the microphone cord dance over here.
Thank you.
It is so important for you as individuals to realize that there is a need. And, we heard the ladies speaking a little earlier about, how some children have drug addiction struggles in their family and their parents are not doing maybe what is best for the children, but not all of the children who receive help have those types of issues in their families. Sometimes it is a grandparent that is caring for a younger child, and there's a struggle. And sometimes it is, mom or dad lost their job and they just don't have a little extra money. So, keep that in mind when you're making your donations to Community Cares and helping out these organizations that are serving our community. It is so important to make sure that our children are happy, healthy, and well fed.
That's right. And we're all working together to do that. Kiwanis doesn't meet all the needs, but they meet a really critical need. Just like Rotary meets a need, Lions meets a need, Optimist. We have incredible, lovely volunteers that are doing great things. And Community Cares is just really, really proud to be able to be a very small part of a big effort. And $30,000 is a big effort. And I know last year we were able to do $2,500 for you guys. And hopefully we'll be able to do even more this year. God willing, and if we can raise all of the money, whatever we raise is what we can give back. And I'm just really, really grateful to be able to be a partner for you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, ladies. Well, we're going to take a little break here, give Bruce a little time and Melinda a little time to catch her breath, and we'll be checking back here in a while. Now, coming up just after 2 o'clock, we have got Chamber Talk that's going to be coming up, and we're going to be talking to a couple of great guests, and then also we'll be talking to a couple of individuals that are part of the Community Cares Network. That's all coming up on Regional Radio KGL. It's 103.7 FM and myozarksonline.com. Back to you, Bruce.
come in for just an hour or for a week, whatever. You know, we've got
He might be
various
begging.
we've got various things that people can do. You know, for those that are able to lift, we got items that need to be crated, we've got tables that need to be washed, we've got floors that need to be mopped, you know, anything and everything. If you're really good with accounting, please come talk to me specifically.
Numbers, or maybe
So-
grant writing, or
Yes, absolutely.
event planning.
You know, you want to spend a
all
couple
the
hours.
things that every
yeah,
nonprofit would really love.
absolutely. Any of those talents, which they are truly talents.
Party on Saturday.
Right.
There's quite a bit to do. What's really exciting is you are able to have younger volunteers. How young of a volunteer are you comfortable having?
Well, the first time they come in, they need to be attended. If they're under 18, there really needs to be a adult,
parent or guardian.
We have had times where we probably will go a little bit younger unattended if they've proven themselves dependable. I mean, because we are a warehouse. We're a working warehouse. We have a pallet jack. We have a lot of heavy things. I would usually wear steel-toed boots. So, you know, things can happen. So we always have to be careful and stay accident-free.
So should there be maybe an opportunity for a teenager who's needing to get some community service hours in, maybe they can help with the front part of the area, handing out food and things like that, getting involved with our local LI food pantry. Angela, you've got a big event coming up this Saturday that is, and it's not even a fundraiser, folks. That's not normal, but it's a really cool thing. Can you very briefly tell me about that big event?
It's our park party of the park, how you say is Boswell Park. It's the third Saturday of September every year, just for future reference. So the third Saturday of every September of every year, we have the park party. We started it to raise awareness for the fact that we're there. There's so many people, after I'd been at the pantry for several years, and then we had been open like 9 years at that point, and people still didn't know we were there. Even at this mark, Dean said we've been there for 14 years. People still come in and say, I didn't even know you were here. And I'm like, well, are you new to the community? No, I've lived here my whole life. I don't know how, but they still don't know we're there. So we have this event. A whole bunch of other nonprofits come and join us. It's just to spread awareness, to let people know about the resources that are available to them.
That's so stinking awesome.
Right?
I'm so proud
I
of you.
love it. And it's fun. There's free food and games and inflatables, and every half hour there's drawings. So
fantastic. And that's what we're about. We're about working together. And that's what L Life is known for. You are a great community partner, not just with other food pantries, because transportation's a thing. You can't serve everybody if they don't have transportation.
Right.
So when some food pantries are low and you're blessed with some extra, you're able to help with that and quid pro quo, of course. But you also work with organizations that are not food pantries, and you find out ways that you can partner with them. So I just want to give a shout out to LI Food Pantry. You guys have really grown as an organization, and your reach is just getting better and better. And I think it might be due to the leadership that I see right here. Really exciting. Now, if you don't mind, can you share how you're using Community Cares dollars?
Sure. Yes, definitely. So our Community Cares dollar goes towards our rent and utilities. One of our biggest need, we have to be able to keep our doors open and our lights on, and most people want to donate to food, which is great. We love that as well, but we also have to be able to stay open to do what we do. In addition to those dollars, we can't stay open without our volunteers that we have that come in and help out. We have a dedicated group. We were still looking for more, but thanks to the Lebanary Foundation and Community Cares Day, this event helps us meet our goals and allows us to continue helping the community.
Well, I sure hope we do meet our goals so that we can meet your goal with your grant request and keep you guys going for many years to come. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you.
I gotta tell you, I don't know, am I popular? Because I see a lot of people coming in whenever my segments come on. Is that just me, or what's going on here?
No, they're
Do you
here
have
for
a
you,
secret?
Patty.
Do you have? I think maybe they're here for Community Cares. That's probably the big deal, and that's what we need to be thinking about. And don't forget, they've taken it to the streets. And Melinda, can you sing us a few bars?
Oh, you don't want that.
Oh, yeah.
No money is made when I sing.
Take it out to us. Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
she went there, folks.
I did.
It happened.
And I will again.
I love it.
Take it to the streets, folks. Drop off your donations at the Cowan Civic Center or at the intersections of Jefferson and Elm. And then also, do we have the volunteers at Elm and Washington too, or
Well,
just at Jefferson? and Elm?
Just at Jefferson Elm. We didn't want to do too much too fast, but you're giving me ideas, and I love
I
that.
know.
Thank you.
I'm an idea person.
We have another guest today.
Yeah.
We're so fortunate to have such an active and vibrant community. So we have a guest today, Mr. Brian Hash from Boat Town Brewing. He is coming up to share some really good news. Do you want to talk to us about that?
Absolutely, Melinda. The thing I want to tell everybody about is our second annual Community Give Back Music Festival that will be happening on September 30th, Saturday in downtown Lebanon. We hosted this event last year out on Campground Road, and this year we've tailored it a little bit to bring it downtown and make it a successful event. It is a free event this year.
Did you say free?
I did say free. I did say free, and that means you can come and watch live music all afternoon and all evening for free. And the way that helps Community Cares is the more people that are there, the more exposure our sponsors get, and the more likely they are to sponsor us again in the future, because all the proceeds that we raise from this festival after expenses all go to Community Cares. And last year we raised, we wrote a check to Community Cares for $15,000. And so again, that is September 30th, the Saturday. Our music lineup includes Aaron Link and Gypsy Road and Scott Levan and the Blue Collar Kings, and our headlining band for this year is everyone's favorite, Dawson Hollow. We start at 3 o'clock that afternoon. There will be T-shirts and other merch available, of course, the proceeds of which go to support Community Cares. And we're hoping to have a fantastic day, lots of other activities that day. And so we just wanted to invite everyone to come out and help support this event that there in turn supports Community Cares.
Now, Brian, I have a question for you.
Yes, ma'am.
Why Community Cares? Why not another organization?
That is a fantastic question. As we begin to visit, and this is not a Boat Town Brewing thing. This is presented by a group called Cigars and Scotch, which is a business networking group that we host at the brewery. And as we talked about where the proceeds of an event might go or how we might help the community, because Community Cares supports so many different nonprofits in our community, it just seemed like a real no-brainer for us. And the fact that that LAF helps us out in terms of managing funds and doing those kind of things. And so it was just really, it was really a no-brainer for us to go, this is a one-stop where we can help multiple nonprofits in our community.
You guys are so awesome. We're so grateful that you are partnering with LAF and Community Cares to do this. We cannot wait to find out how much is raised this year. Of course, anything and everything is so greatly appreciated. Thank you so much, Brian.
Absolutely. We're so glad to be a part of it. Thank you.
Great job.
All right. Well, thank you very much. That's Brian Hash with Boat Town Brewing. And again, they have that big event. It's a music, do they call it a music festival?
Music festival, because there is so much music.
So much music. It's a festival, and it is going to be on September 30th, downtown Lebanon. And, you know, if you don't know exactly where Boat Town Brewing is, just come to downtown Lebanon. There's a huge sign, and it's brand spanking new, and it is very nice. We have such a great plethora of businesses, small businesses in downtown Lebanon. And, you know, Community Cares relies on donations from individuals who have the small businesses in downtown Lebanon and who have the large businesses in Lebanon as a whole.
Everything in between, and the individuals.
Yes, and all of the individuals.
It's an effort. It's a whole community effort. Without for-profit businesses being successful, without focusing on our local businesses, we can't focus on our local nonprofits. And if our local nonprofits can't exist, we can't help with the workforce opportunities for our local businesses. It is a beautiful cycle that feeds itself. We are serving our community and helping to lift up people in crisis so that they don't end up being that drain on the community and on their families and on themselves. We want people to be happy. We want people to be successful in whatever they do, and that we want them to have those opportunities. We're a small town with a really big heart, and I'm just so grateful that we have this local giving program. We keep every single dollar here in Laclede County. We only serve Laclede County residents, and we take it very seriously. We hold every dollar accountable. This is a grant, not a donation. We require receipts, and we do remove funding from organizations that don't do what they say they were going to do, and it's been really, really great. We're thankful for our whole community, and we're thankful for the chamber.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, we're about to start chamber talk, and I'm going to get off of the radio
No. Stick around with me.
Oh, it's a whole thing.
It's a whole
but
thing.
but I since Miss Ashley is sitting here, and I do this every year, and she shouldn't be surprised. But I really have to say, the chamber is the other side of what we do. So the Community Foundation, we represent our nonprofits. We represent the needs in the community. We advocate for those needs. We work with a lot of the schools and things like that. But you're representing the thing that helps and generates and feeds our nonprofits and makes it possible to serve our community. You're representing all of the businesses, to include nonprofit businesses all around town, to make sure that all of the business here in our community doesn't go to Springfield or Rolla or Columbia.
And that's why it's so important whenever you decide to do your shopping trip, Lebanon, Laclede County residents, when you decide, that you need to buy just a few things and you think, well, I can go to Springtown, or I can go to the Wally Lake, and I can go to Roll 'em Over, and all those other places. Don't do that.
No. First off, you're going to pay the bills of people who live in your community and serve in your community. So there's that. And then let's talk about the fact that if you're going to save $2 by driving to Osage Beach, have you noticed the price of gas? Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
And if you want to just talk numbers, I think it's time to just stay local. Yeah, that extra dollar you're spending is because somebody brought it here for you. It's really, really beautiful what we can do together when we all, for-profit and non-profit, keep it local and we keep it focused on our community. And once our community has no more needs, well, then we can just quit our jobs and we can go do other wonderful things. But until then,
she's living in a dream.
Let's take care of who we are. And our neighbors are our business owners. Our neighbors are members of the chamber. Absolutely. And so I just want to celebrate them just as much as I celebrate the organizations that are serving our people in need. And I want to remind everybody that business owner took a risk, and they're just as close to needing help as anybody else. They're just a few paychecks away from needing that support. So we need to support our businesses just as much as our nonprofits. And this is how we thrive when we work together.
Absolutely. And of course, as Melinda said, we've got Chamber Talk coming up. And, the cool thing about Chamber Talk is, well, we get to hear from businesses and organizations who serve Lebanon and Laclede County. So, hey, it's time for Chamber Talk. And Bruce, if you'll get my fantastic jiggity jig going there, I will appreciate you very much, because Chamber Talk is brought to you by the Lebanon Area Chamber of Commerce, and local makes sense. Hi there, Ashley.
Hello.
My sidekick Ashley is here, and we've got some great guests to talk to today. We've got some great events that are going to be coming up, and of course, one of the best events that's going on right this day is the Community Cares Day of Giving Radiothon. And we'll get back to talking with Melinda and her guests here in just a little while. But first of all, let's talk about what's going on Saturday, Ashley.
Saturday is going to be a really busy day, Patty. We've got a lot going on. There is an annual outdoor swap meet at the Heartland Antique Mall. That's going to be from 8 to 4. Should be a good time there. And also something, I know I heard you guys talking about shopping earlier. So for those shoppers out there listening, the Lebanon Fall Boutique Crawl is this Saturday from 9 to 4. And there are a ton of boutiques that are participating. That includes June and Beyond, the Cowlick Dry House, Crazy Daisy Boutique, Barrel Riding Boutique, Perennial Trends, Vintage Flower Market, Callie & Co. by RFF, Sisters of Oak Foiled Salon and Boutique, The Edge Bubblegum Boutique, and The Pickled Spoon.
Okay. Hang on. There's some businesses here that I didn't know were in downtown Lebanon.
Yeah, you don't want to miss this.
Barrel Riding Boutique? Where's
Yes.
that
So that's going to be, it's on Jefferson. I don't know their address, but
at? It's on Jefferson Avenue?
yes, it's on Jefferson Avenue across from the grocery store, across from Price Cutter.
Across from Price Cutter.
Yep.
Okay, so you'll definitely want to check that one out. And then Sisters of Oak.
That's going to be down North 5 near the Mighty Oak Lodge.
Okay, so this is not just downtown Lebanon. It's
yes,
all over
it's
Lebanon.
all over Lebanon. And there is a
Oh,
map
nice.
showing, because I know the Edge, they aren't downtown either. They're over there closer to Walmart. So it's all over town. They've got you driving. I think there's not a scavenger hunt, but they have a where you can mark which ones you've been to, and then you turn it in at the end for some kind of a prize or a drawing. So really
Nice.
exciting. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So Jude's is going to be busy on Saturday as well.
Yeah, they have their fall vendor fair. That's from 10 to 1.
Yeah, Rachel was on last week, and she was talking a little bit about that, and it is going to be a cool event that is going on. Maybe for the guys, while the gals are out doing the boutique crawl.
Yeah. I think they'll need something to keep them busy other than sitting and holding purses.
Yeah, and also on Saturday is the party in the park.
Yes, Party in the Park with the LI Food Pantry. They do this every year. It's from 11 to 2 at Boswell Park.
And the library, as always, has some wonderful events going on.
Yeah, Saturday story time. That'll be going on at the library between 11 and 12.
Cool. And $1 more will be at Boattown Brewing. I'm surprised that Brian didn't talk about that while he was here.
I think he has a lot going on too.
We
Oh,
scared
poor
him
guy.
to death. No, I don't think so. But yeah, 3-piece band performing folk and Americana music. Again, Boattown Brewing, 7 o'clock, downtown Lebanon. We have got a couple of very special guests with us today.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, Jake is here. Jake Ross from the VFW
Yes.
is here with us. And Jake, tell us about what's going on at VFW.
Hi, Patty. Well, we have a lot going on. I know it's been a while since we've been on with you,
Yeah,
so
it has been.
I need to get back on more regularly. So I got a little bit less to talk about each time.
That's
But-
okay. You go.
But
You go.
well, we don't have anything special this week, but wanted to get on and talk about our car show that's next week, Saturday the 23rd. That's our 6th annual Thunder in the Ozarks car, truck, and bike show. Now it's something that's open to just about anything. If you got something that you're proud of, that's cool, that you just want to show off, it doesn't matter what it is. We've had golf carts and bicycles and you name it. They show up at the car show, park it, show it off. We've got.
What about tricycles?
Yeah,
Got tricycles?
of course. Yeah.
Like little tricycles, not big tricycles.
If you're proud of, like I said, if it's something you're proud of and you want to show it off at our car show, you bring it and it'll be there lined up with everything else.
I can just, in my mind, I have this picture now. Jake riding a tricycle around the parking lot at VFW.
That would be something to see.
It would. But, the reason why I am bringing this up so facetiously is this event is all about having fun.
Absolutely.
And raising money.
Yes, it is. I mean, we've got some goals that we're trying to fundraise for. We've got some projects that are in need, aside from all of the veterans and their families that we help out on a regular basis. Right now, one of our main goals is to try and get our parking lot fixed. It needs some help. But things like our car show and the bigger stuff really help out with that. We're giving out over 60 trophies this year. We do have some special guests coming to the car show. The mayor will be handing out the Mayor's Choice Trophy. Our police chief will be in to give out a trophy for the police chief's choice. And another special guest we have is Missouri from the Missouri Public Hunter YouTube channel. I think we might have a visit from Buck Naked, if you're familiar with him. He was just featured in the Laclede County Record last week or a week before. They did a nice write-up on him.
Now, does this guy have buck teeth?
He's he's got the teeth. He's got no. That's just the character's name is.
You scared me.
But it's yeah, he's a very, very funny,
I made him
very
lose
funny
train
guy.
of thought. Sorry about that.
Check him out on YouTube. We'll have a link to his page on our Facebook page, so you can see who it is. I know a lot of people are familiar with him. He's very funny guy. We're gonna have all kinds of games for kids and adults. We've got food trucks coming, vendors coming, just a whole day of fun. Next Saturday, 23rd.
The 23rd
Yeah.
at Lebanon VFW, post 4107.
Mhm.
Jake, for those who don't know, what does the VFW do?
Well, we are a veteran nonprofit organization. We've been in the place that we've been here in Lebanon for over 75 years. I think we're about 78 years this year. We're a veteran fraternal nonprofit organization. We have about 200 members that are either currently serving or veterans that previously served. And then we have an auxiliary that's made up of about 160 members that are family members of veterans. And we do everything we can to support our veterans in the area, not just Lebanon or Laclede County. We get a phone call, somebody needs some help, or a family member needs some help. We do everything we can to meet that need. Yeah.
Well, that's great. That is great. I mean, and sometimes we forget, that just like what's going on today here with Community Cares and the fundraising that's taking place here, the fundraising that takes place at our VFW is so important to support, those veterans and their families.
It is. We help out a lot of folks every year. And just like some of the others that have said, all of our money, we've got to pay the bills. There's certain bills, but all of our money stays right here in Lebanon. I've got all these sponsors that are helping out with our car show this year. We shop local. We do everything. We do everything we can. Keep our money right here in Lebanon, Laclede County. We support small business, just like Jasa sitting here right next to us.
Hi, Jasa. Hello. How are you? Good. Jasa Connor is with Ginger Wellness. Now, Ginger Wellness, did you pick the ginger because of your hair color?
So I'm not gonna lie, it was a little bit to do with my hair color.
Okay.
And my little boy was a redhead, so
Your
that has a
little
little
boy's
bit to do with something too. Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
So what is Ginger Wellness?
So Ginger Wellness is something that I started. I used to work with Lake Regional. I'll give you a little bit of background. I'm a nurse practitioner. I've done emergency medicine, critical care medicine. I've done lung specialty and kidney specialty. Throughout my time in traditional healthcare, I kind of saw that we have a need. We have a need to get people healthy before they end up in the hospital. Before they're the 45, 50 years old, they ends up in the kidney specialty with everything is wrong. So we started Ginger Wellness. We do a lot of things there. I do some aesthetics there. I do vitamin infusions, but my passion, and we have a couple massage therapists there and a couple estheticians there. But everybody there will tell you that my passion is teaching health. I like to get the community back to a healthy state of mind. I think that a lot of the times when you look around us anymore, we are getting sicker. If you look at the statistics, we are statistically getting sicker. We are retiring into doctor's offices, and that's not what I wanted to do, and I wanted to make a change. And so what we do there is when I get people in that door, I do offer, I do weight loss services, functional medicine services, where we talk about pharmaceuticals. I try to get you off of pharmaceuticals and try to get you healthier. And that's my goal. That's our goal at Ginger Wellness, and we love serving the Lebanon community with that.
So do you ever, Jasa, have anyone that comes in that has absolutely no idea what you do and then by the time you're done with the consultation, they're like, I'm never leaving here.
All the time, because it's so hard to get that message out there, and that's why I love things like this. I appreciate this invitation to Chamber Talk. You know, I've got to do some other talks over the community, but it's really hard to express to people what I actually do, because you can't really put that into words, because everything is individualized. Every patient that I see, we go over a medication list, we go over a history list, you know, and we identify where we can improve in our lifestyle to get off those pharmaceuticals, to not have to worry about that heart attack, you know, in a couple of years. And that's what I do there, and that is absolutely what I love, and I love serving the community with that.
So taking a handful of vitamins every morning is not...
No, but I will tell you this, it's more than taking supplemental vitamins, right? It's nutrition, and we have forgotten nutrition. We've started eating diets that create disease, and we stopped eating diets that actually treat, prevent, and cure it. And that's part of our problem. We're eating man-made foods. I preach that a lot. I talk about that a lot. It's kind of like I'll say one thing just to get some stirring into people's minds, but we walk around all the time in a daze, in a fog. I don't feel good. I got a headache. I'm just tired. I'm gaining weight. I don't know what's wrong. It must be my thyroid. And we don't realize that it's the fast food we ate the night before, the ice creams that we eat the night before, and it has a lot to do with our nutrition. We cannot expect our bodies to function right if we don't give it nutrition.
But sometimes it's easier.
It's much easier, and that's why I've got
to. The drive-through foods or
it is.
The processed foods is easier.
It is, and that's why the thing about it is, and this is my favorite thing about it, because you can go to so many people for weight loss, and they say you got to follow this plan, you got to do this plan just like this. It doesn't work, right? It's not sustainable, right? You've got to change your lifestyle, and this is what I teach. Get rid of the stuff that you're doing that you don't even know that's bad. That's so bad. Get rid of that first. That's easy, right?
What is it? What do we get rid of first?
That's a lot of your dairy in your coffee. That's a lot of little sauces that you're using, the way that you're cooking
I can't function
foods
without my coffee with dairy.
So then you use almond creamer. We help you, we coach you through everything. And the thing about it is there are companies out there that are very mindful of our food these days, and we don't know how to figure out who's good and who's bad, right? You know, I teach about a Yuka app, and so I like to say it on your radio real quick because it helps you in the store to identify which foods have less chemicals and which have more. That plays a huge role in our health. I mean, we are nature, and when we put things in our body that was never meant to be there, we are getting disease, and that's the cycle that we're seeing. Even if you fix it a little bit, you're just that much healthier.
Now, would you say the app was?
It's called the Yuka app. It's Y-U-K-A. The icon is a carrot. You can scan any food in a store, and it's going to give you like a nutritional grade. The main thing that I care about on there, it's going to tell you, it's going to flag, and it's going to give you a red flag when there's hazardous chemicals in food. Mainly chemicals that are illegal in every other country, but that's a whole nother talk, and we need a whole lot more time for me to go into that. And I could for hours. Trust me.
Sounds like you're very passionate.
Oh, I am 100% passionate. But it helps you identify that, and just by me switching to natural peanut butter, I got so much chemicals out of my food, and it's the little things that matter, and that's what I like to teach.
And so, do you take appointments? Do we just...
We do. We take appointments. Right now, we're actually building a new center here in Lebanon. I'm very excited about this, and we've got a building that's going to go up right beside the gym on Deidre Street. It's in construction now, so we're hoping to be in there within the next couple of months. We are open right now Mondays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays. We are open from 8 to 4:30. My nurse, Carrie, is always in office. She's excellent. She is my right arm. We have also Jonathan Cheffin, who is a medic and an RN, and we have Wayne Eagleberger, who is a medic. They're all around there all the time, and they can call, make appointments, they can discuss things, and so we are there to support the community.
Oh, that is great. That's great. Okay. So until the new building is constructed, are you still on Deidre Drive, just at a different...
No, we are currently on North 5, and so it is 25865 North Missouri 5. It's out there just by Texas Pride Trailers. We're just outgrowing that space that we have. You know, we just brought in another esthetician, Macy McQuarrie. She's excellent. Everybody's raving about her. It's been great.
What's an esthetician?
So an esthetician is somebody that can, they do more like your...
new terms.
I know. They do a lot of facials, or a lot of cosmetic, a lot of, helping older people feel a little more youthful, and they do a lot of things like that. And
Don't look at me like that.
Did you see that side glare?
Yes, I
You,
did.
you caught that? Okay.
Yes, I did.
But she's excellent. She does great. She does a lot of prom work, for the girls and getting ready for prom. And it's just not enough space for us just yet. We're kind of a little squeezed in there, but we're going to have so much space when we get to our new center.
Oh, that is great. And located on North Highway 5. How do we get a hold of you?
So you can either call, I'm on Facebook. I'm also on Instagram. You can call 417-322-6460, or you can find us on Facebook at Ginger Wellness.
Ginger Wellness. And it's, yes, just like it says, Ginger Wellness.
That's right.
Thank you
Yes.
so much.
Thank you guys for having me.
Jasa Connor with Ginger Wellness. And so Ashley, how about that Business Expo?
You know, I'm getting more and more excited every day. We're getting closer. It's going to be a great event. We've got a lot of great vendors coming out, great businesses coming. If you'll watch our Facebook, we've been announcing those businesses as we'll do a few every day, up until the event, because we want to share them, but we don't want the post to be too big. So it's just little sneak peeks here and there, and we're really excited to be announcing those great partners.
Okay, great. I'll have to go look at that. I haven't seen it yet. So.
Yes.
All right. The Business Expo is the date?
It is on September 23rd from 10 to 3. That is open to the public. There is an admission this year. It's $5 a person, $3 for senior citizens, and children 10 and under are free.
And you can learn a lot about what a business is, who the business owner is, who the employees are, and what they can do to help you in, well, whatever you do at this Business Expo. 'Cause
Yes.
it's about the businesses.
It is about
This is not a yard
businesses.
sale. It's not a craft show.
Right. There will be businesses that are handing out free items, yes. But we're here to learn, and we're here to grow as business and community leaders. We will have some master classes going on that are also open to the public. Now, our VIPs will get the first 2 rows of seating for those, but anyone is welcome to come and listen to those. And they'll be talking about marketing. They'll be talking about nonprofits, which is something we're talking about a lot today. But the importance of that and how you can manage your business and be a part of a nonprofit as well. We've got some wealth and finance things being talked about, and then some family-owned businesses are coming to discuss how that works.
All right, and it is taking place at the Cowan Civic Center. Well, actually, right where we're
Right
at
here.
right now. And it is a great opportunity for you to find out more about the businesses that are part of the Lebanon Area Chamber of Commerce. And if you're a business right now and you're not a member of the Lebanon Area Chamber of Commerce and you would like to be, you can get more information about the businesses and what the chamber does and all of that. And if you want to be in the expo, you can call.
Yeah, call.
The
We do.
are
The phones are working. Yes, you can call. We do have a few, very limited few, but we do have a few tables left. If you haven't signed up, we're happy to take those. Chamber members, this is a free opportunity for you to come and set up and share with the public what your business does.
All right. Hey, muffler guy.
Yeah, there's some loud vehicles driving by. Show off.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Coming up at the Lebanon Elks Lodge, I forgot to bring this up even. The 12th annual Truck and Tractor Pull is coming up on September 16th, this Saturday.
Yeah, we want to talk about this because several of our chamber members have sponsored this event. So yeah, the gates will open at 4:30, so a little bit early. At the Elks Lodge for their Truck and Tractor Pull. Be sure to go out and support this pull. It benefits all the local scholarships and youth projects in the community.
And the Elks Lodge, Elks Club, they have consistently provided scholarships to allow kids who might not otherwise be able to go to school or might really have to struggle by getting a job while they're trying to attend school full time. They've really helped them out, and so attend this event and have a little fun, and also help raise money for the youth projects and scholarships through the Lebanon Elks Lodge. The library always has great things going on as well.
Yes, always. They do have on Tuesday the 19th Lego Club. That's from 2 to 4. And then on Wednesday the 20th, they're doing story time 10 to 11.
10 to 11 story time at the Lebanon-Laclede County Library. Well, I think we've went through the list. Any final words?
Man, good luck with the rest of the show today. This is a lot of talking.
It is a lot of talking.
My voice is tired for everybody, especially Melinda. This is a long day, but I love seeing how busy it's been out here.
Yeah.
I have a great view from my
You
office
do.
this
It's
year.
like right out the
and
window.
it's been amazing watching all of the cars just pulling in and making these donations. It's great to see. We do have a wonderful community. I'd probably say the best one out there. So
Absolutely. I wholeheartedly agree.
Yeah.
Wholeheartedly. Jasha, thank you so much.
Yes.
And again, thanks to Jake for coming in and talking to us about what's going on at the VFW in Lebanon. And we're going to take a little break, and I'm going to go chase Melinda down, and we're going to talk more about what's going on here at the annual Community Cares Radiothon. If you want to make a donation, we're here standing by and waiting for you. I'm Patty Burns for Regional Radio. We'll be back in just a bit.
we're here waiting for you.
Awesome. Well, thank you.
Thank you so much for coming out today. I really appreciate it.
You. Yeah, it was fun
Nice to
talking
meet
to you.
you.
Nice to meet
Yeah.
you too.
I will definitely be in touch about our podcast. A lot of fun.
Oh, man, I can't even imagine.
I am so tired. But that's all right. It is going so super duper well. Thanks to Patty.
Yes, absolutely.
She's awesome. I'm going to
Hey, Kelly,
video
it's
you,
Patty. Can you put me
and
through
we're
yours,
going to be on the
please?
radio.
I'm sorry?
I'm going to do a video of you, and we're going to be on the radio. You're welcome. I know. I wanted to make sure you were sitting down before. I think I have a sunburn. I was under the camera. And I even put like a little makeup on just to keep the,
Yes.
it is what it is.
Oh, leave mine out.
It's a very nice hat.
Thank you.
I love me some Yellowstone.
Hello.
Thank you.
I'm
Thank
ready
you
when
so
you are.
much.
We're back in community cares now.
We had a brief interruption chamber talk because they do all of their stuff on Thursdays, and
Yeah.
we're doing this on a Thursday. And so I was interviewing
Flip it so I can hear
people
it.
over there before we could do this.
Thanks.
Oh, I'll be right back.
Go right ahead. Hi.
My back's to him, so I can't see him.
Hmm?
So my back's to him, so I can't see him.
Oh, it's Joanne and Dan True.
Oh. And get some more money out of him.
Thank you very much, Bruce. We are at the Cowan Civic Center, right off of Elm Street in the parking lot in front of the building where you can bring your donation into Community Cares and help make a difference in your community. By the way, for you folks who are maybe looking for local and regional news, you can go to our website, myozarksonline.com. We are currently keeping that updated with some of the newest and latest and greatest news from across the area. Now, the Community Cares Radiothon will be continuing all the way up until 5 o'clock this afternoon. And Melinda right now is taking a contribution right now from one of our people who have driven up. But in the meantime, Russ Phelps is here with us. Hi, Russ. How are you?
Hello, I'm fine. Thank you, ma'am.
Can you put that microphone? There we go.
Right,
Now we
right
can hear
there.
you.
Got it.
So, Russ, tell me about Share the Fair.
Well, Share the Fair is made up of a group of individuals from Laclede County, both businesses and individuals, who congregate funds for the purpose of buying animals at the Laclede County Fair, and at which time, after it's done, we take them and have them processed, and from there it goes to 5 food banks here in Laclede County.
Now, what a lot of people may not realize is, Russ, you are, I believe, one of the founding members of Share the Fair, right?
Yes,
Here in
yes.
Laclede County?
Yes.
And you started out with what, one animal? And
One animal.
Yeah.
It's been 25 years. This year is 25 years.
And from that, those beginnings with the one animal, how many are you guys usually able to purchase now on average?
Well, we don't talk about animals because
Okay.
it makes a difference if it's live, if it's hogs, cattle, or what.
Okay.
We talk pounds of meat.
Okay, pounds of meat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that's how we evaluate the effect that we're having for the community banks, food banks. This year, we had a really good year, and we're contributing 3,200 pounds of processed product
Oh, wow.
to 5 food banks.
That is going to feed a lot of hungry people.
And I came on a little late, so this is Share the Fair. It's a program of the Laclede County Fair Board, and so it's a nonprofit to where they will take animals that have come out of the fair, and you purchase
Yes.
them
Yes.
with Share the Fair money that the Laclede County Fair Board raises through donations and corporate donations and all of that. But then what Community Cares does is we come in and we assist with the meat processing. So the processing fees that seem to get bigger and bigger, don't they?
Yeah, they seem to be getting there very quickly.
Absolutely. And last year, how much did Community Cares cover for meat processing?
Last year they covered $3,000.
Incredible.
Right, incredible.
And you'd think that'd be a lot, and it is. It sure is. But it goes so fast, doesn't it? I think there have been multiple years we've been able to give you a grant, and then you had to spend more money on top of that because the grant just didn't cover it.
Right. This year we had to raise another $2,300.
Amazing.
which we got from Laclede Electric on their Roundup program.
Thank you, Laclede Electric
Yes,
Roundup.
absolutely.
That's awesome.
This is the second, third time they've helped us out. We never know, you just never know where the dollars are going to be on the processing. The higher the processing costs, the more meat we have for the community, you know.
But I know I can speak on behalf of our food pantries. Protein is a very hard thing to find in a food pantry. What you're doing is filling a void that even Ozarks Food Harvest isn't able to fill. And so it is a staple. It is important for the healthy growth of human beings to be able to have that protein. And I'm so grateful that you can do that for Laclede County residents.
Putting the numbers to that, we figure 1/4 pound of meat per meal. So that means this year we fed 12,500 meals for Laclede County.
Wow. That is incredible. All through Share the Fair.
All through Share the Fair this year, right?
That is amazing.
Right.
What an incredible thing. And you don't ask for a lot of recognition, do you? You
No.
just quietly put it in different food pantries. Can you tell us a list of the food
Surely.
pantries?
We start with, Cross Lines, Salvation Army, L Life, the Life Point Food Bank, and Phillipsburg Christian Church Food Bank.
Excellent. So
Those
it's not
5.
just Lebanon, you're serving Laclede County.
We cover Laclede County if at all possible, right?
That is
Yeah.
fantastic.
The response that we get from the food banks is it's hard to match your quality with any other product, because actually they're getting, very, very prime beef, very prime pork and lamb. So the food banks love it when they go after our product.
Well, we love that you do this, and we're so grateful to partner with Share the Fair every year to be a very small part of a wonderful gift to our community. And I know that you're going to be asking again for next year, and we hope that we're able to raise enough money to be able to give you your full request. I saw it, and it's reasonable, but it's expensive, folks.
Yes.
And meat processing it's a lot, and so if we can get that $4,000 for you, we're going to make it happen, sir.
Wow.
Thank you very, very much.
Well, thank you, Community Cares, because you stepped up when nobody else was around to help us.
Well, we're here for it. We
it's
love it.
just, when you help us, we spend more money on meat, more food for the needy, really.
Well, you heard it right here. When you give to Community Cares, you are making sure that good quality nutrition raised and loved locally stays here in our food pantries. That is an incredible gift. Thank you so much, Russ. We really appreciate you coming out today.
Thank you very much for all of your help.
Russ Phelps is with Share the Fair, and Russ is part of a group of individuals who every year pools money and purchases the meat at the Laclede County Fair. That meat is then processed and shared with the members of the community who have a need. It's so important, and they cannot do that without the grant that they receive from Community Cares. And so if you're out driving around right now, and if Melinda, I think some people think, well, my dollar isn't going to make a difference.
Yeah, and I get that, because a dollar doesn't go very far in a grocery store or at a gas tank. I mean, really, a dollar doesn't have the value it used to have. But what does have value is when we all come together. When that dollar is combined with other dollars, well, my goodness, obviously the math alone just makes sense. Exponentially, we can make a difference, because yes, you're right. The $1, that's not even going to buy you a 1/4 pound of ground beef right now. But when you and your neighbor and your coworkers and your friends all say, you know what, I don't have a lot. I know, not a lot of us do. I promise you that. But what I do have, I can give $1. I can give a 1/4. I can give $5 even. If it doesn't hurt you to give, I encourage you to come out and do that. Why? Because even though that doesn't feel like a lot, I know we give out large grants, not $1 grants, but you are creating the opportunity for that grant. I just need you and 10 other people to come out and give, and all of a sudden you've just created a small grant is what you've done.
And
So
she's not
think
saying,
about that.
And she's not saying put 10 people in your car and drive up here.
I mean,
if you want to,
I'm
you
good with that.
can,
Yeah.
But it's not a requirement to give during the Community Cares Radiothon.
No, not at all. But it is so wonderful when we can get together. And I just want to share a story with you, Patty. Miss Wendy Reese, she is the owner of Page Printing here in town. We know and love her. She's a past hometown hero, actually, and she has a very big reputation for being a kind and generous and compassionate person, very involved in our community. And she came out, and just like a lot of our community members, she wants zero recognition, so she's going to be very annoyed by me. But she wanted me to share that she made a small donation. I'm not telling you how much, but she wanted me to share that she would like to challenge other small business owners that are listening in on Regional Radio KJL. And she said, hey, Page Printing does payroll deduction. We have 3 employees. So please know that it doesn't matter how many employees you have. We can do $1 a pay period. All of her employees are happy to serve and happy to give. And then Wendy goes above and beyond and she matches that. And it comes out to a small amount that she gives out quarterly. And she always tells me, oh, it's not enough. I'm sorry I can't do more. I'm sorry I can't do more. But you know what I tell her? It's adding up. And it's been adding up for the 20 years she has been doing this. She is such a gem and so precious and so kind. And so she has issued that challenge. And I'm really, really excited to be able to share that with our community, that you have a small business owner who is absolutely feeling the crunch of our economy in these times. She has very few employees, and she is always consistently, through the good and the bad times, participating in Community Cares because she cares about her neighbors. She cares about her employees. And so she would love to see everybody else step up and see how easy it is to get signed up and just get it in your accounting and set the schedule and be a part. I'd love to talk to you about that. So thank you, Wendy, for issuing that challenge. I love you and appreciate you so much.
And again, that challenge is to all small business owners to not only make a donation today, but also to set up payroll deduction through Community Cares and match that payroll deduction as well to help make a difference in the community. And Melinda can give you more information about how to develop a payroll deduction program. It's really simple.
Absolutely. I'd be happy to come and talk to your payroll person or anybody that needs to convincing. It really is that simple. Come on out and we'll be able to schedule a presentation at your business. Absolutely. But we have another guest today. He's a friend, he's a boss, he's a conspirator. We do a lot of projects together. He's really one of the nicest, most interesting humans, and he's kind of shy. So I've decided if you want to see us on our LAF Facebook page, I'm about to put him on a live so that he can share some really cool news wearing multiple hats. So in 3, 2, 1, I have Dr. Brad Armstrong here, and he's better known as Brad / the best bus driver ever, right? He is retired happily. Do you see that smile? He is retired from being the assistant superintendent of Lebanon R3 schools, and in that role, you saw a lot of need, didn't you?
Absolutely.
And you have been serving on the Lebanon Area Foundation Board of Directors for a few years now. And so can you tell me a little bit about what you thought you knew about Community Cares versus what you know now? Like, what has changed since you've been behind the scenes?
Well, I've always known that we live in one of the most generous communities around. But really, until you get involved in LAF and Community Cares and see the spirit of our community in real life, it's just amazing. And so every year I'm amazed anew with the generosity of our community.
And especially in the tougher times, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Even in 2020,
during
even
COVID,
when,
recessions, they just double down and step up even more.
It is impressive. And as you know, you've been a part of LAF in the approving of the different grants and seeing the celebration, so you know the wide impact of Community Cares and where it started from. But what very few people know is that quite a few of the individuals that first got it going, Mike Edwards being one of them, Scott Shoemate, Brad Brown, but Joy Davis, Tom O'Neill. There are some really amazing community leaders that got Community Care started, and they're also Rotarians.
Yeah.
So I wanna have you switch your hats. You are moving from LAF to Rotary now.
Yeah.
Rotary had a meeting today.
Yeah, so I am privileged to be the president of Rotary this year. It's a real honor. And Rotary loves to partner with Community Cares and LAF. We have a long history of that. And it's just an organization that we as a civic organization can spread our influence even greater when we partner with Community Cares, because they support all the other organizations. And so today we had our regular noon meeting, and we passed the basket around to see if we could just be a blessing even more today. And I brought the check or the cash with me.
Oh my goodness! Look at that!
$678 today.
Stop it!
From Rotary Club.
670. That's a record, sir.
And so we have about 114 members. We have usually about 50 to 60 at a regular weekly meeting. And so 50 or 60 people stepping up today because it's dear to their heart and it means a lot to them. And on top of that, we're going to have our annual chili fundraiser coming up on October 5th. And so we partner with OTC on that. And so we go out there for our noon meeting on that day. And everybody brings chili and soups and fixins, and we take what we would normally pay for our weekly meal that day as a club, and we donate that to Community Cares.
Rotary is I'm blown away. All of our civic organizations are so giving and so wonderful. And so I don't want to say that Rotary is the only one. That's definitely not true. But Rotary has just been so supportive, so incredibly supportive, going above and beyond to come up with ways to support Community Cares. And I just want to thank you on behalf of Community Cares. And I am in Rotary too, but we wear those different hats, and we take off certain hats when we walk in. So when you are LAF, you are LAF. But when you're Rotary, and we think about that. And there are a lot of needs, and Rotary likes to try to meet those needs. And I'm just so grateful every year. You don't have to support us, but you do, and I'm really, really thankful to Rotary. So that is an incredible number. We were going to add that to our total. Absolutely. Thank you so much for doing that, and thank you to all the Rotarians that emptied their wallets and put the smile on my face today, because it makes me even more proud to be a part of such a wonderful service organization.
Absolutely.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Brad.
Let me just add real quick.
Yeah.
I got to put a plug in. Now, this year, I'm sure you've said it several times on the radio today, is something new. We're doing the bucket drive at the intersection of Jefferson and Elm.
We are taking it to the streets, folks.
And so that was an idea that came to us from our FBLA students last year, who took it upon themselves to do that right here at Washington and Elm. And so we just said it worked so well with just a few kids and a couple hours last year. We're going to do it all day this year and give all of our not-for-profits a chance to be a part of it, which is such a cool idea.
Yeah.
But we as a LAF board here, as we hang out here today and collect money and just enjoy the beautiful day, we put together a little contest to see who could guess how much was going to be collected at the Jefferson and Elm Street location. And so I'll have to say, several of us were a little bit conservative with their guests, and said,
myself included. I'll be honest,
$1,700, which is good.
It's great.
I said $3,000. I said we can do $3,000 at the intersection today, and I'm just going to tell you, we're close. We're close to $3,000. So everybody that's listening online or
Brad was right.
KJL, if you're going through town today, get some change, get some cash. Be ready as you stop at the intersection of Jefferson and Elm. We've got some folks there volunteering. They'll be in the bright vests today. Throw that in the bucket. We want to surpass that $3,000.
That would be incredible. And really, I have to give a massive shout out to the 29 volunteers that stepped up. They signed the liability waivers. They're putting their life on the line, folks.
Did it all right.
That's right. They've got their safety vests on, and they're out there smiling.
Yeah, they're having fun. They come back with their buckets and talk about how much fun they're having.
Yes, this is a truly community effort. It's not LAF. It's not Rotary, it's not Crosslines, it's
Everybody comes together to
everyone.
make it happen.
It's
This
so
is a
cool. So
community event.
big shout out to all of the nonprofits that came out and volunteered their time to support this cause. You have inspired us. FBLA, you have really inspired us. Those kids came back this year and they really wanted to get out on the streets. So we're going to talk about that. We'll look at liability. We'll talk to their parents. But
And so
really,
FBLA, for those that don't know, that's Future Business Leaders of America. That's a high school club for kids, a class that they take to learn to become entrepreneurs and business leaders in the future. So there's a great opportunity for them to come and see our local business leaders step up and be a part of something so important. They're learning some important skills here today.
that's right. And leadership is the key word here. I see nonprofit leaders in FBLA. I see for-profit leaders in FBLA. These kids were really excited to make a difference. And I think that's all of us. And sometimes we just don't know what we don't know. When you get an opportunity to serve, do it. Take that opportunity because it is so rewarding. And to see the joy in these kids' faces whenever they were able to direct somebody to come into the radiothon, and whenever somebody tried to offer them money, they were just out there with signs and they're like, I'll give you money. And they were so excited. It is so wonderful. It doesn't have to be about us. It can be about serving our community. And it's very joyful. It's been a great day. Brad, you may be right. I doubted you. I doubted your optimism.
People that are listening right now are going to go ahead and drive through.
I'm going to
help
admit
me reach that goal.
I was conservative in my guesses, but you are proving me wrong, and I'm so grateful for that. This is why we love having people on our board with all the smiles and all the optimism, because you're right. We are only going to limit ourselves if we think small. We're going big today, so come join us. Let's make this the best year yet for Community Cares. Let's take care of our neighbors.
Take it to the streets.
Yes.
Absolutely. Take it to the streets and make your donation to the Lebanon Area Foundation Community Cares. The Community Cares Radiothon is continuing here on Regional Radio. We're KJEL Lebanon, Missouri. And now this is going on all the way until 5 o'clock this afternoon. And so there's plenty of time for you to bring your donation by at the Cowan Civic Center. If you don't want to do that, then take it to the streets and make your donation there at the corner of Jefferson and Elm in Lebanon. What?
Allergies.
Allergies. Oh, no.
I'm dying. I am dying.
Well,
it's
you
been
know.
a long, wonderful morning, and I'm so grateful to be here. If we have a little more time, I want to talk to one of my favorite human beings. If you don't know her, you should. She is the sweetest girl in the whole wide world.
Melissa, I see your last name is Blankenship. Are you any relation to the wonderful Viola Blankenship? Oh, she was wonderful. Such a blessing that you're carrying the torch for and of her good works at Crosslines.
I do her proud.
Oh, you do everyone proud, Melissa. So I'm going to go live. So if you want to see this wonderful, beautiful, gorgeous gal talking about Crosslines and all that they're doing, you're going to see it on Lebanon Area Foundation's Facebook page right now. We are with Melissa Blankenship. And of course, yes, the last name is very familiar because for over 30 years, her Aunt Viola was the incredible director of Crosslines Ministries here in Lebanon, Missouri. And she would go above and beyond, and she did things that we didn't think people were willing to do. She was just truly a servant's heart. And I think we found the perfect person to fill those very big shoes in Melissa Blankenship. She's just so great. So can you please, and you never know, Crosslines has been around for a long time.
Yes.
But I'm sure you meet people every day that go, I didn't know you existed.
I do, and I can't believe it, honestly. We were established in 1981, so when someone comes up to me and says, I didn't even know Crosslines was here, my jaw just kind of drops, and I'm like, we need to get out. We need to make sure everybody knows that they can get help. Yes.
Yeah. We need to talk at a radiothon about us. Yes. So tell, if somebody has never heard of you, where are you located?
We are located at 141 Lawson Avenue, Lebanon, Missouri.
Excellent. And that's kind of out near Walmart area,
Yes.
correct?
We are actually right across the street from Sherwin-Williams, the paint place. So.
Excellent, excellent. And what services do you offer at Crosslines?
Currently, at the moment, right now, we are serving food, rent, utility assistance. We help with hygiene products when they're available to us. We help with furniture, clothing. We try to help with what we can when it's available to us.
Sure. So furniture and clothing, that's all based on donations, I assume. So
Yes.
you do rely on the community to think of you. If maybe they're getting a new bedroom set or a new dining room set, you have a big enough facility to be able to take their gently used furniture that maybe they just don't want anymore, but it can still be used.
Yes.
You can handle the clothing, and you can handle just all those household housewares, like I assume kitchen
Pots
items.
and pans, silverware. We have coffee pots donated. You wouldn't believe, some people come in and their coffee pots break and they just
Coffee
don't have the
pots.
money. And I mean, doesn't sound like a big thing, but guys, who doesn't need their coffee? I
Oh, that's a big thing. that is a critical need in our community, and we love that. So absolutely, that's so. Also, can you tell me about your food pantry? So what does that look like? How do you qualify to receive food from Crosslines? How does that work?
Okay, so currently our food pantry right now, we do regulations that we set, and we're at 185% poverty level. What you'll do is you'll come in, I require some information for you. We get a card filled out, and we track on these cards exactly what we give to you guys and can provide for you guys. Just all the necessities and everything. So most of the time we go by, it's a household 1, 2, 3, and the qualifications, like I said, currently are 185% poverty level.
Okay, and I know that might sound a little intimidating or confusing because it's numbers,
Yeah.
but I promise you that if you live in Laclede County, Missouri, it'll be based on how many people are in your household, what your income is, and she'll be able to answer those questions so quick and easy. So don't feel intimidated that there is a process. Know that they're here to help you. That's a really big deal. So don't be afraid. It's just some numbers. That she'll be very honest and very compassionate with you, so that you can make sure that your needs are met. Now, the things that we support through Community Cares with Crosslines is we help you with the expenses of rent and utility assistance. Now, rent is kind of special. It's not like, I just don't feel like paying my rent, so Crosslines should pay it for me.
Correct.
You have to have an eviction notice, don't you?
You have to have an eviction notice,
Okay,
yes.
so if somebody is in crisis, maybe they had a medical issue or their car broke down, the simplest things can absolutely disrupt our lives, and they know they just need 1 month's help, and they'll be back on their feet. What's the process when they go to Crosslines to get some help?
We do everything on a case-by-case basis. I look into my heart. Honestly, we do go by guidelines and this and that, but sometimes we have a situation where we're working and we're trying to get, everything caught up, or we're living paycheck by paycheck, and all of a sudden, like Melinda says, your car breaks down, you have some kind of expense, a medical expense that puts you behind. In those times, Crosslines is able to, with the funds that we receive from Community Cares and you guys, be able to step in and help these families stay where they need to be so that they don't fall behind, because that's definitely not something we want. We don't want people falling behind, because once you get behind, sometimes it's hard to get caught up.
Absolutely. The homeless epidemic is just growing, and it always seems to start with these small things that if they had gotten just that little bit of help, they would have never been in that terrible situation.
Yes.
And with utility assistance, how does that work? What is required for them to qualify for utility assistance?
Our utility assistance is ran about the same way. You do need a shut-off notice from the utility company. I need to see that for our paperwork.
And do you just give them the cash and say good luck?
No, ma'am. Everything we do is on a voucher system. We don't hand cash to anybody. We actually send them with a voucher, and it goes straight to the electric company or whatever service that we're helping them with. And then we mail a check directly to that company.
Excellent. And so just so you know, Community Cares really does
believe in accountability, and the reason that we support Crosslines, they're one of our larger grant agencies, because the reality is rent and utility is very expensive. It's way more expensive than almost any other service. And the reason that we trust Crosslines is because not only do they require actual paperwork, you need to prove that this is a strong need. They can't just constantly bail somebody out month after month. That's not what it's for, and so they have rules against that. And they're not handing out your donations in the form of cash. They're paying the bills for the person so that it guaranteed is being done what they're saying they're going to do. And that accountability is so important. And so when you're thinking about supporting organizations like Crossline, think about, well, are they kind, compassionate, but also holding people accountable, making sure that nobody's taking things for granted. You know, there's always going to be a little bit of abuse in a system, but for the most part, the need is the need. I mean, it really and truly, when we're talking about our neighbors in need, they're just trying to breathe. They're trying to keep from drowning, and we're here to help, right?
Yes, we
That's
are.
awesome. Now, do you have any volunteer opportunities at Crosslines that you'd like to share with me today?
Yes, we can always use volunteers, guys. Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, 9 to 3, and then Wednesdays, 9 to noon. We have the school that's going to come in and be helping us a little bit, but almost like every dollar counts, guys. Every hand helping the organizations help. We depend on you guys for so much, and we are so grateful for everything that everybody in our community does for us.
But there's always a need,
There's
right?
always a need.
There's always something to do. And if you don't have extra money, hey, we get it. We're here for you and we want to serve you. But maybe you have a little extra time. Maybe you want to get to know Crosslines. Maybe you receive funds and support from them. Maybe you can give back in a way that doesn't have anything to do with money. And I love that too. And I hope that maybe you would entertain maybe some, not necessarily toddlers, but children could come in and help with their parents, making sure their parents were watching them. So it could be a family volunteer experience.
Yes, I have actually a family that the mother and her children come in and help us, and I have actually the Boy Scouts that come in and help us with their troop leaders.
Thank you, Boy Scouts.
Yes.
That is awesome. Well, again, they're always looking for volunteers. If anybody wants to learn more or get a hold of you to do that, how do they get a hold of you?
They can either come in person at 141 Lawson Avenue here in Lebanon, or they can call us at 417-588-3559.
Fantastic. I really appreciate all that you do. Thank you so much,
We appreciate you
Melissa.
guys. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. Well, we are at the Community Cares Radiothon here at the Cowan Civic Center in Lebanon, and come make your donation now. We are, last count, we were over $24,000, and something tells me we're a lot more than that now.
I think we're doing really good.
Okay. She thinks we're doing really good. Well, somebody's going to be counting those nickels and dimes and quarters here pretty quick, and hopefully we'll get into the total. I'm going to bounce out of here, and we're going to take a little break back to the radio station. Mike Morris and Mike Edwards are running up here to grab the microphone as we speak. Well, not running. They don't run ever. They just don't do it. But
we're skipping.
They're skipping. That's what it is. You're skipping up here. So anyway, be sure and stop by the Cowan Civic Center. Drop off your donation. Help us get there to the goal of Community Cares and help your neighbors. I'm out. Mike Morris and Mike Edwards will be here shortly, and we'll share more information, and you'll get to hear from some more very wonderful nonprofit agencies with Melinda Fries on Regional Radio KGL.
Good, you're leaving.